Antonio next week.
We killed like 240 Price all
Albuquerque. A lot of the old neon sign cafes,
Yeah, I do eradication.
Well, they'll let actually take 10 people who put in for it, so they take them up and let them kill the hogs.
We're making 50 miles a minute. We're making 150. I think the last figure I saw was 2016, it was 42 together. You see stuff on damage just in Texas. I didn't tell you that. Double from 1 year. 24 million. 2 million. I wrote up in damn state, so pretty. Department of Ag. Some of the representatives.
Tell Cheryl, you can do this quicker.
I don't know.
Y'all hiding it?
And then I told my partner.
Oh, no, that's.
That's the recorder.
I don't have
You hit his ear. I better ran out. I let this one.
Dan, you can hit it. I can hit the button.
Goes, you know, talk to the.
You mean hit the button?
Bag.
Remind me what button?
Well, it's on the back. They're on this side, a little red dot, silver button. I didn't say it's doing anything.
Well, it says something about camcorder. Okay,
Cheryl,
I am not.
move away, slowly back up.
You don't want me, I'll mess it up.
Slowly move away.
I told my guys to say it better be something. Otherwise, no.
They're right back. You just don't have a problem. Back. But they're right. Be careful.
It is. I don't know what he said, but I know Jason.
I was hoping you was gonna say that.
How long have I known?
I don't
Too long to agree with you.
What little torch?
So far, about $36,000. I'm not finished. What are you doing? There's trouble.
She's right here now.
Do this next year. How we gonna budget for the sea turtle? Jimmy's got to figure it out.
Yeah.
How you gonna budget for sea turtles?
Only thing I'm gonna do is figure,
Spend it and go on.
figure the same amount we got last time. If we get more,
It's gonna
we
be
get
that
more,
much.
we get less, we get less.
So we budget $40. We budget for it when we tax it.
If you have a console.
So you're saying budget for like $110,000?
I say budget, not budget at all. There'll be a revenue on the revenue side.
We just.
Cheryl will have to tell us.
Well, when you budget, you're gonna have to put it in, and then incoming, and then on that.
We don't wanna put that in a budget, do
It'll
we?
wash itself out.
Well, if you do, we'll do it.
Do
in
it,
the-
figure into the tax rate.
Do it in and out, and that way they won't.
Well, that's what I do is have the revenues up and the revenue of the road and bridges.
How you gonna know what the revenue's gonna be at budget?
We're just gonna have to guess whatever the expenses are, that's what we put in the revenues,
Pull it
because
out.
we don't
We got to
know.
pull it out.
That's what we need to tax people for money they don't need
Well,
to tax.
they won't be
No,
taxed.
that's why they wouldn't be
They won't be
taxed.
Because in and out, then you don't have
It's in
to
and out,
tax
they don't be
it.
taxed.
And if you
We'll talk
know,
about it, gentlemen,
if you know about what the, what you're gonna be allowed.
September
what you're gonna
1st, you think we'll know? No. Maybe the end of October?
We we gotta have something
Depends on
there.
tech shop.
Okay, we'll call this meeting to order. Young County Commissioners Court sitting in a regular meeting, Monday, July the 8th, 2019. It is 9:34 a.m. Make this known that this proceeding has been posted in the manner for the time required, and that all members of the court are present, and if it's convenient. All right. Have business. Mr. Wiley.
That's right. Father, we just come before you, just thanking you, Father, for another day, Father, for your many blessings. Father, we thank you for the rain you sent our way, Father, the blessings of that, Father. We just ask, Father, that we gather here today, Father, to kind of talk about county business, Father, and our constituents. We just ask, Father, that you just be with us and give us wisdom, guidance, and direction, Father, in all that we say and all that we do. And Father, as we go through this budget, Father, I just pray, Father, for unity, Father. We just ask, Father, that you guide and direct us in this, that it would be beneficial, Father, for our constituents, Father. And Father, we just ask that you be with those, Father, that's lost their loved ones, Father. We just ask, Father, that you just be with them and guide and direct them, Father. And we just ask, Father, that you just be with them at this time. Forgive us, Lord, we fail. In your name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
Thank you. Please be seated. Don't have any announcements necessarily, other than it was a pretty good 4th of July event on the square out here, a good parade. Pancakes were very good, along with sausage and bacon. That's really about the only thing I have to we do any comment? Any of the rest of you have anything that might need to be?
August 3rd, car show downtown, Legal Square. And, that's about what it is, I know of, it's gonna fix the courthouse,
Cars and stars?
cars and stars.
Anybody from the public here have anything they might need to announce? Very well, we'll move on. Item number 4, consider county clerk minutes for previous meetings, June the 24th, 2019. Are there any additions, deletions, or corrections that need to be made to that?
So moved.
Motion, we have a motion by Commissioner Wiley, a second by Commissioner Rogers, to approve the minutes as presented. All in favor? Aye. Carried 5-0. Item number 5, consider treasurer's financial reports. Nikki, do we have any reports to give?
I have nothing to report. It's wonderful.
Have we still got money?
A little bit.
Okay. Can we get you to ratify that?
Yes, you want to know exact amounts? All right, and the treasurer's account, you got $5,550,542.91. And your total in your money markets account is $3,863,815.46.
That's pretty good.
Pretty nice.
Thank you very much.
Like I said, a little bit.
We do have a little money left. Okay. I'm going to report that we take no action there in financial reports, other than we have good balances. Item number 6 is consider auditor's budget amendments from copies payable.
I don't have any budget amendments today. Always have vouchers. Total today is $90,372 $1,000,000,000,087. And out of the general is $71,564.52. And there is Don's butane included this time, so Jenny knows.
So moved. I'll second that.
We have a motion by Commissioner Pruitt, second by Commissioner Sipes to approve vouchers payable as presented. All in favor? That'd be 4-0-1, noting one abstention from Commissioner Wiley. Item number 7, discuss, consider employee bonds. That would be bonds for Darrell Gilmore, our adult community supervision director for Young County, in the amount of $5,000.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Wiley, a second by Commissioner Rogers to approve the bond for Darrell Gilmore as presented. All in favor? 5-0. Item number 8, consider extension agent Justin Rogers, Penny Barron's May report and request for reimbursement being $1,831.26 and $1,656.76 respectively.
That's a busy month, isn't it?
It sounds, looks like it.
I move we approve those reimbursements.
Second.
Stay around, Doug.
Stay ready.
Motion by Commissioner Sipes, second by Commissioner Wiley to approve of reimbursements as requested. All in favor? Carried.
That's basically the 4-H expense.
Yeah, look like they have a good bit of stuff.
$4,000
Item number 8 is consider historical commission request for reimbursements, which will come out of the county historical fund in the amount of, I guess that's going to be a combined amount of $25.42 on one request and $417.51 on the other. Is that correct, Nikki?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's going to be a total of $432.93.
I move to approve those requests for reimbursement for the historical commission.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Sipes, second by Commissioner Wiley to approve that reimbursement from the historical, county historical fund, historical commission fund. All in favor? Carried 5-0. Item number 10, discuss June activity reports for jail and sheriff's department. We have Chief Deputy Orr, who's going to present that to us today.
Yes, sir, I will.
Average daily population has been 58, and actually today it is 58. So,
Doing it right.
on average, doing well.
There you go, good job.
7 inmates transported to TDCJ facilities. Inmates in MAR, we didn't have to take anybody, Red River or anything, but we had the inmates in MAR facilities here. And there you go. 15 Class C misdemeanors for the city of Graham being held, 2 for Almy, 3 for outside counties. was
Seven.
it was a busy month.
Yeah.
This month started off.
Yeah, you're right, summer.
Oh, dude.
Or those
Too much
Class
time.
Cs, failure to piers or public disturbance?
Sir, I don't know what the actual Class C offenses are that they're having. They're going to be just their Class C arrest.
They could be, yeah, it could be traffic ticket warrant.
Yes, sir. I couldn't tell you what those were.
A lot of them are on you, like, I have to know, because I see them.
You just have me, and then the patrol division side, we had 97 calls for service, 27 arrests, 7 of those were for drug-related charges. Canines were deployed, but the drugs were already found before they deployed the dogs. They found them in searches. So, we didn't take anybody into custody for mental health reasons this time. We had 152 traffic stops, 22 citations were issued on those traffic stops.
So Joe did $6,000, civil process? That's pretty
Yeah.
good. Pretty good.
Any other special issues that are taking place?
They're going at minimum.
No, sir, well, we had the,
$200.
June was of course our month that had the guy that escaped from the work group.
Wow.
But that was really a major thing
And
there.
that was a sentence to Baker County.
Yes, sir, he only had 20 days left. Why he decided to leave, I don't know. I guess he didn't want to leave.
That's what I was thinking.
I don't know what's right.
Pretty constant cut.
That's what he said, wasn't it? He said the bees got him.
That's what he said.
Yeah, that's why he ran off. He was running from bees.
7 miles?
Without screaming for help.
I like the bees, they chased me on top too.
7 miles.
7 miles?
Well, no, just around the yard.
All right.
Okay, Chief Ford, thank you. Does it work? No. We'll forget that.
Okay.
Item number 11, consider approved contract from American National Leasing for new SO pickup.
I sent John a copy of the front page showing the cost and then the page showing the payments. And, our bidder that bid the 5525 for the white Tahoe never paid. So I contacted Simon at Gov Deals. He said, do you want to go the next bidder? And I said, well, if it meets a 35, well, he bid 5,500, so we lost $25 on that.
Okay.
So between the two of them, we had the 12,000 plus we put down, and each one will have the 6,262 to go down on that, so. So we did, I mean, I think Gov Deals really did well. All the vehicles are picked up except the white one, and I think arrangements are made for him to get it today.
I think listen, there, just don't be afraid to go back and try it again.
You know, yeah.
You'll get the results first.
Because you know, you never know with the bidders. The one that bid on it and didn't pay, by not doing that, he's blocked from Gov Deals. He can never bid on it again.
You can't play those games again.
I was afraid it was gonna go to a lot less bidder, but
So we have all in service now, I saw the
pickups.
sheriff had one.
Yes, sir, the pickups are in service.
Okay, so we need a motion or ratification of the contract.
I'll say.
Have a motion by Commissioner Wiley, second by Commissioner Rogers to enter into, ratify, whatever that might be, contract with American National Leasing for the Sheriff's Department vehicles, and that'd be 3 of them.
this is two 2019 after we already did the jail.
Or get the jail.
And to approve the gov deal auction bids that received for the 3 vehicles that were
Yes.
offered. That would be $12,525. All in favor? Carried, 5-0.
And I'll just leave those with you, we'll work on that tomorrow.
Oh, we didn't get this one numbered. This is no number.
11A.
I guess that'd be a good number, 11A. Discuss, consider interlocal agreement for 911's public safety entry point services between Nortex Regional Planning Commission and Young County. Remember, these are multi-year, maybe 4-year or 5-year contracts. Tim Bryant, which Nortex came in late on Tuesday. Get that, I guess that's the reason why we didn't get a number on it.
What's the alternative to not approving this interlocal agreement?
No services.
There we go, I moved it with.
Ratify this agreement. Seems like the only thing we should use that, for 5 or 10.
Letter of explanation, or maybe not explanation, but request.
I just had a language change in there with it.
We have 2 contracts, identical contracts there, and one is to return to them. They did an original mail to them, and we keep one here. Texas Commission on State Emergency Communications requires these contracts to be in place according to the Health and Safety Code, Chapter 771.
Which one change made?
Mine.
Mine.
Very good. That was a motion by Commissioner Sykes, correct? You got a second, Wiley? We have a motion by Commissioner Sykes, second by Commissioner Wiley to enter into interlocal agreement for 911 PSAP services between North Texas Regional Planning Commission and Young County. All in favor? Carried.
Where might the public get a copy of all these agreements that we enter into, contracts with?
Ask that again.
Where might the public? Where?
Well,
Clerk or from you?
you can request from me or the clerk or the auditor on all, any of the 3 would probably have.
Been asked recently by folks where they get a public answer here.
Between the 3 of us. but-
It'll be there somewhere.
Item number 12, anything with regard to burn restrictions? No action. Got by pretty good on the 4th of July. Was there
Any activity, fire activity at all before?
Couple of small
Couple of-
grass birds, but they were out.
Had a couple of calls for in-town stuff, I think, for the city police.
I'll say only had a small grass fire.
Thank you for that. I didn't hear about any injuries or anything like that. I think I did hear maybe one drowning, possibly even on the board.
All right, good.
Item number 13, we'll move into our budget workshop. That's any matter pertaining to the budget. We have first on our schedule is a presentation by Christopher D. Barron, Young County Attorney.
His budget's 010,475.
You did turn in, I guess, you turned in.
I turned in a request, it should be in there.
475. sound fine?
Did y'all find the requested one?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep.
Up here, next page, please.
This is You may hold your current statement. Sure.
All right, Norm.
We're almost there.
That's all right, don't take your time.
We had you on the agenda, you didn't put,
You didn't put any numbers in there.
Well, Judge, the numbers I put in there are ones I thought were the important numbers.
the important one.
Heard it?
Commissioners, Judge, appreciate your time this morning. What I wanted to do was just come in and kind of tell you where my office is standing for this year and to ask you to approve the request that I have put forward on there. Been a good year for the county attorney's office, been a good year for the county. Us, along with working with the judge's office and the clerk's office, we've managed to move 562 cases over the last year. That's an average of right at 47 cases per month, which is quite a bit. We're a small county, and that represents about a little over 5%, 4% of the entirety of people in Young County. So we've been moving quite a number of cases. Our goal for this year, obviously, is to always try to drive down the total number of cases that we have sitting in an office at this point in time, because I believe in people getting a speedy trial. I believe in people getting cases moved as fast as they can, so that they're not sitting in that limbo, whether they plead guilty or they go to a jury trial, or they have, we dismissed the case. I want those cases to be moved. Right now,
Government education.
So right now, what we're doing is we're trying to focus on making sure that our jury trials are worked down. Those are the ones that are usually the most contentious cases. And as of right now, we have exactly one person on our jury trial docket. We had about a dozen earlier this year. So we really made a point of working down those numbers and trying to serve the county as best we can. The main thing that we're working on this year is we're working on trying to get our video online, so that when we have evidence that we need to send out, that we're not spending a lot of money on DVDs and mailing. That's probably one of the biggest postal expenses that we have. If we can get all that online, then we can take that issue off of our budget line and return that money, hopefully, back to the county. So what I was asking for this year is, as usual, I believe that we need to reward the secretaries up there for their work. They've done a lot of work this year, and I'm asking for the budget increase that I've put in my budget there. What I also have come to my attention this year is that I have set myself and my secretaries up for education. Probably going to be a little over on my education budget this year. Currently, it's at $7,500. When you look at taking 3 people to different classes and online training to make sure that they're up to date, and that I believe it's best to go in person to these things rather than online. We're going to be over a little bit on that, so I don't have that in the budget request at this point in time, but I am going to be asking for an additional $1,000 on the educational line budget to see if y'all could work that in for us. That should cover the shortfall that we may have on that. Otherwise, I think things are running quite fine in the county attorney's office. Like I said, I think we've got a good working relationship with Kay's office and with the judge's office, folks up in probation as well. We have been working with the probation office on what we call pretrial diversion. We've now got that program up and running. It's a different kind of probation that's approved by the state for first-time offenders or for folks that we really don't want to put something on their record. It allows them to go through the probation. They have to pay probation fees, but it's before we have an adjudication against that. That's what we're working on this year. I'd like to field any questions that the commissioners of the court should have.
That's similar to a juvenile deferred circumstance. It never does come to the court, it does come to the court.
That's correct. It's a contract that they sign, that they admit to their guilt. When they sign that contract, they know that that contract is going to be used as an exhibit if we have to take it to court for that particular issue. And we can say, look, judge and jury, they have signed this document that says that they are guilty of this. It kind of nails it down so that they either follow the terms of probation or we come back before it be convicted.
I noticed that you're utilizing your overtime line more this past year than you have in the past.
Some of that, yes, sir.
You see, is that going over into the next year? I know you're handling a lot of cases, but I'm sure
Right.
that's precipitating that.
Well, the overtime is only $250. I don't expect for that to happen in the next year. We're trying to get things kind of,
We're at 408 so far this year.
we are at 480, yes, sir. I agree.
She's almost doubled it this year. For previous years, have been zero.
We're trying to get things done,
I understand.
get that done.
You should think $250 will do it fine.
If we could have 500, I would not complain about that, but, my goal is always to try to keep overtime to an absolute minimum.
Don't want to give you money that you don't need and not going to use.
I understand.
What about the part-time, still have part-time employees?
Yes, sir.
$5,000,
Only use a third of it now.
$16,000 budget.
Well, that position, I'll have to speak with the treasurer and the auditor's office about that, because when we had spoken last year, that line item was supposed to have been, we got an increase on that for,
That'll be where Gene's being paid out of.
right, for Gene, and that should be,
They're working every week.
yeah, we're working every week and we're working
I'm
every
assuming
week.
you're including Gene in that education.
So I'm not certain why that line item is so low, but I will speak with the auditors on that. That should not be the case.
Please do.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. 80% of that's been used. So it's something that you're paying both, it's being paid by the treasurer, now he's fine. I'm assuming both of those were, you haven't had any other person working in there that I'm aware of.
Well, we had personnel change earlier this year.
80% you're talking about the supplemental hot check.
So what do you ask for, like a 3% raise on all those ones?
I believe that's correct.
What about the education line?
Sir?
The education line?
85.
Plus
Yes, sir.
1,000.
I'd asked for an increase of 1,000. I wasn't quite sure what the numbers were going to be. I was trying to fit it within the current budget, but I am going to go over some this year, so.
So you'll use that before the current budget's.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Kind of unusual to add education for a part-time person.
I understand, but Ms. Jean does need to be kept up to what we use, the system that everybody uses, because she's in the hot check fund, so she does need to have that.
Some certifications and stuff, right? I can see that.
The bonds, you get to use $350 in bonds. Are you anticipating more bonds this year?
I am not.
Like $250 something.
Paul, you're on around.
It's 480 bonds.
Right, I'm looking at 480.
You spent $92.50 thus far this year.
No, 142.50.
4250.
Yeah, okay.
4250.
And then unless some bonds hasn't been paid yet, that might be too.
It may be,
Yeah.
in your part-time, I think we kind of averaged about, I know she works 20 to a few more hours a week, so we figure about 25 hours a week is what that averages out to. So if she does work a little bit more, something we are going.
She works 22 hours a week.
Yeah, and and that what's in there is about 25 hours a week to, takes it, so it doesn't go up.
I believe that, if you look on line item 590 there, I think we've got the law books and supplement. I believe I have everything that I need for the year. We have to buy new books every year. They're always going up on the cost. So I'm going to leave that, I left that one alone because I believe that we are done purchasing those for the year. We have to come back next year and ask for a small increase in that because of the increase in books.
Still not bought that office furniture.
I know, Judge. Commissioner. So used to smoke.
Chris needs to go back to sleep.
It's been a busy morning so far.
Look up when you speak, you might have found one of the other of them.
I would rather a gas.
So, but you are correct. I specifically needed to order some chairs. I haven't got my order chairs. I need to, yeah.
And this is,
The internet's good, you just don't need all that law supplements and books, do you?
Sir,
Well,
what's my line item? is that?
390, 1,000.
$590.
590, 1,000, that's correct.
still need a lot of printed law books.
But I've used $964.49 for that.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, his request for behind on the expenses.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying, is I don't need it this year, but I may need to increase that line item next year if they increase the cost of the books.
And we'll look so much better.
I'm looking at,
Well, it is, 'cause I'm gonna have to bring them down here. I don't have a,
this is what it turned in.
Yeah. There's a lot of gap between the one we turned in and what we got
Yeah,
now.
there's about a month
Yeah.
difference there. And I just pulled him a current one, so if there's any, any question, you can tell you what's year to date on him.
You got a new machine that's using more office supplies than before? Are all those cases just requiring more staples and paper clips and paper?
Those printer cartridges are high, and they have to pay the printer cartridges out of their budgets.
no, and that new one, I mean, it is more expensive for that equipment.
Yes, they are. Chris, were you requesting more in the office supplies?
Well, I wasn't because, I mean, the expense is what it is. I mean, it's,
I mean, I could pull that and see what all, but I'm sure it was.
That's 2 years, it's been over 13.
I mean, we can certainly increase it, but once again, I don't know because we just got that new machine in. I don't know what the yearly expenses will be for that. Along with the fact that whether we budget it or not, we've got to have that,
Yes, sir.
paid for.
So the more cases you got. Double-edged sword, if you run more cases with it.
Well, if fine law enforcement's doing their job, we have to do ours on that, so.
Exactly right. We gotta ask the taxpayer to pay for it, so we're.
this item, any requests you want, please approve the request as made, and so we can continue our providing our good services to the good county. Appreciate y'all very much.
Thank you. Okay, next to the list is, our Justice of the Peace Precinct 1, the Honorable Jason Hearn.
Mr. Pruitt, did you hear that? Honored.
And his excellent,
Honor it.
his excellent service going ahead.
455, 998. 455, right? 455.
Ours is actually going to be simple. Did y'all get the request?
Yeah.
I would like to amend that. If I can. What that is.
Going down. We don't amend going up. Always going down.
We may amend everything, Pruitt.
Well, I want to ask for 5. It's been 3,600 for the last
Car allowance?
Yes.
Well,
The last since 15.
you know, along with that request, then I guess it's my line of thinking that we need something to support that request.
Well, I don't keep my mileage, I don't assume none of y'all keep your mileage on.
Excuse me.
I said, what do you need, like,
Well, yeah, a mileage law or something like that, verify that.
I didn't y'all kept a mileage log, right, for everybody that has some vehicle allowance. You
I
keep
keep one. I keep one.
I do.
You do? Well, I know how much I get called out, and it's a great deal. I generally don't get to sleep every night. And $3,600 does not go very far when you travel as much as I do. I do all of my district, other than my weekend off. I cover all this end of the county, and here lately Stan's been having to go to the doctor appointments, so I'm covering the whole county. This week I'm covering the whole county. Again, $3,600 does not go very far anymore. I want to ask for that, and also 5% for Miss Dickey. Miss Dickey puts in a lot of time, she put in a lot of her own time to become a master clerk. And she's very good at what she does. She takes very good care of that office. I don't know that there's a mistake comes through that office. If there is, she catches it, just fixes it before it ever leaves the office.
That would make that salary 35,000 and 75%.
I did not ask for myself or the part-time one. So the increase for Miss Dickey and then the increase for the vehicle allowance, that's the only 2 things we're asking. The rest of our line items look good. We look good on those. There's no need for any increase on those.
Going to increase on the computer lease payments,
Well, and, you know, that's the net data, and I will increase it. The net data maintenance did go up this year, but I will put those figures in. Yes, sir.
That's a fixed expense, though.
Yes, sir, there's nothing they can do about it.
It's not a managed expense.
Right.
We have 27 back here, just
In the new year, yes, we will. We will allow for that. The judge already, and Ann and I have already talked about that a little bit. It's, what we decide, Judge, since 2012, was that the last one?
He's
Judge.
studying right now.
Judge, the last time we had 27 pay periods was when? We looked at that the other day.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
No, I don't remember. I don't think it comes around every 7 years, but I think it's been longer.
It was longer
that.
than that, yeah.
The last time we made it.
We looked at that, what, may have been 2008 or 10, I can't
Yeah, 8 or 9.
remember. It's not 7 years though, we looked and it was longer than 7 years.
I had it in mind, it was every several years. It's been longer than that.
You got your education right. It's a 39.
Well, a lot, that's because I'm elected, so I had a lot of them.
New class. That's true.
So I knew it was gonna be.
No, it's perfect. Robert did good. Right there.
And Joanne probably had something to do with it.
And Joanne probably had
She
something to do
knew
with it.
what he had coming up. Yeah.
This is a legislative year, so we have legislative conferences to consider.
Everyone wants stuff changed.
We're going to Granbury, it's closer.
Cheaper.
They are talking about increasing our civil jurisdiction in limit from 10,000 to 20. On the civil cases, the limit, the jurisdictional limit.
Well, Tom goes down to 10,000, now the jump back up to 20,000, so we're gonna have a lot more lawsuits.
We'll have more.
Do a lot more.
Yes.
Doubling that's gonna bring you some more complicated
A
cases.
lot of, yes.
Cheryl, what is our current monitor work?
58.
58?
Yes, and I don't know if that changes next year or not. I haven't seen the IRS thing on it right now. So-
IRS
I thought it was 54.
54.5.
Yeah, 54.5.
I think it's on at 58.
I think my service.
Maybe it went down.
Let's look at Justin.
Well, I mean, it might,
I don't know.
I just know on ours, we get 55. Say again. That's great.
58 cents.
58. It went from 54 or something, so it went up 4 cents a mile, so it's 58.
During the year?
It'll be from January to December, and I'm not sure what it's gonna be next year. I haven't seen anything on it. Yes, sir.
Probably not.
Oh, you think it'll, because of fuel prices?
Gasoline's going up. Over 30, 40 cents.
It's gonna keep getting higher.
I think the most I've ever seen is like 59, maybe. This is pretty,
58.
right now it's 58. I think it's 58, because it went from 54.5 to 58.
If you drive gas.
What's it like, right, right, it's said, so. But this, no, it's like this week, I've been called up twice, and go back and go down to the blood work. Well, I hate to, because they're pushing, like I said, they're pushing increase the cap.
It's legislative year too.
But when they increase that, our walk fees, final fees will increase. You can't anticipate how much more workload is going to be. It's kind of like,
It all depends on the truck.
it's kind of like the unattended. How many you have, or what? I've been on 3 this week.
On our.
This big, right?
Everybody's fine. We're contributing.
The bond line will go down a little bit, so we're not paying for Jason's bond again, so it'll be 1550, and then if what you hear about, you know.
Yes, but that's already done this year.
Okay, so that'll go down to $100 on the bond line. So you don't have his,
Judge.
Well, both Sarah and I had our coverage.
okay, so just give the amount.
Oh, every time you're legal moves, the corporate stops, measures it in line, items, and then 54.5. We're over there. I mean, there's several years, you remember what's take the drives, you classify the drives at the end of the day, take where you're doing, or what business or personal, county or personal.
Then I'd have.
So if you go to the grocery store, you just dismiss those and take those out of that.
Because I don't, how many times I might end up going to the sheriff's department to do warrants.
Sure.
If they have somebody come in and rolling around in a wheelchair, they want to kick that, I will go over the magistrate.
And I don't know how this would go with the county government,
I try to save the county money by doing that.
but a business trip, if you stop on a business trip to pick up a loaf of bread, it's okay if you continue from that point to your destination. But if you leave your office, go get a loaf of bread and come back to the office, that's not a business trip.
That's a lunch.
That's your own personal.
It's a lunch.
It's a lunch.
I don't eat lunch.
It's hard, pretty difficult to keep up with like that, but what do you expect if your business miles are with regard to county government, other than driving from your house to the courthouse?
I can't predict that, how I'm gonna be called. You know, there might be a ration, you know, I went 3 days in a row to different things from my house after I've been
Well,
home.
I understand that.
It might go a week where there's nothing, there might go a week where it's every single day. That's just kinda like doing all things, you don't know.
I understand that you don't know, but you can't estimate. 100 miles a month or 1,000 miles?
Yeah. Well, I drive well over 100 miles a month.
Well, I'm using that as an example. You know, you drive more than 100, so you drive 1,000.
If you go to Aldi and back, that's 70 miles right there.
And it takes a while to find that out. You can find that out probably in 30 to 60 days, or over the course of 90 days, an average of that.
Well, I wasn't aware we kept doing the miles, I didn't know any.
That's not a policy, that never has been a policy set here to do that, other than, mileage to, from the courthouse or from your residence to some location, out of county, somewhere, and then back. And that's calculated by mileage calculators, there are ordinances when that's paid by mileage. So an auto allowance is part of your pay.
Exactly.
And it,
That's for maintenance and everything on your vehicle.
well, you know, that's a matter of opinion, we don't have direct policy.
Well, I mean, I know what the lines are, I know what the lines are on everybody else's.
Hold on just a minute. My opinion is that an auto allowance is for use of your vehicle for business purposes.
Correct.
Part of your pay. I don't agree with having the auto allowance and then also getting the mileage.
I'm not asking for miles.
I know you're not, but there is that going on here in the county. An auto allowance is an auto allowance, which business purposes, whether it's in the county, out of county, across state lines, where it goes. But that's my opinion of an automobile allowance.
So you think the automobile allowance needs to be justified or not,
I do,
with a mileage law?
I do.
So mileage does enter in.
Yeah, I believe that there should be.
Let me intervene in that deal. At the same time, the county is still getting a better deal than that tank vehicle out there sitting for him to get in there to do his thing.
For us also.
For us also.
Well,
So that's a better deal for the county either way you look at it.
This $3,600 is supposed to take care of all of my maintenance and everything.
might not,
on my truck.
I'm talking about business miles.
I still put wear and tear on my vehicle during business bar.
You don't know what your business use is on the vehicle unless you know that.
I don't figure anybody else in here does either.
Well,
There's a great difference in a lot of them. And I'm not asking for near what some of the others are.
I agree.
And I'm probably traveling more than others.
You probably do, but you don't know how many out of them. I'll keep that log on this simple calendar.
I'll start keeping all my mileage, 'cause I use my vehicle to the post office, I go to all the unattended, I do all forms, I do all of the magistrates. I can rack up a whole lot of miles, it would probably be better for me to do that without cash for. But I'm not trying to do that, I didn't come here to jump up for no great big $14,400 vehicle allowance, I asked for $5,000.
Oh, that's the commissioner's now, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Before I got here, it didn't have gone, I think.
That's something that's not interaction, or will, no, we're good.
Well, I'm 6 months into it now. But if you don't want to give me that, at least give her what she's earned.
We're gonna take all of it in, so like,
It's okay.
But this lady right here does a lot, a whole lot. She deserves every meeting I ask her, she keeps that office going. She knows the inside and out. Got anything to add?
Other than that, no, I'm sorry, I didn't. Commissioners, with due respect, and I have nothing against the umbrella boys in this county, but the JP's office is the only judge's office that has limited employees. County court level has multiple employees to handle their case paperwork. District level has multiple employees to handle their case paperwork. We have me in part-time. So I think that since I handle multiple job titles within our office, I think I need to keep that under consideration. Okay, thank you.
I hear what you're saying, I've been a merit raise person for a while. The problem is that you have some dissension among the rest of the employees when you start giving merit raises. So why not me also?
I'm not asking that mainly for me, I'm just saying, please understand that we do handle multiple jobs within our office. So, consider that we don't have another employee or two or three to hand it off to.
And when our increases, which is not gonna, I don't think it's gonna be this, it'll be in.
It'll be the end of next year, but still, we will have to keep that into consideration. Also, if I need to take time off for being ill, or taking vacation time, we have a part-time person there. So, we don't have fallback people. It's me, a judge, and a part-time person. So we're limited, if she's at the end of her hours, then,
And then like you said too, if they're going up $10,000, you're also gonna have a lot more court cases. So.
exactly,
They're gonna be fix September 1st.
20.
When?
So it wasn't 2/3.
20.
Or
20.
didn't pass by 2/3.
It did pass, but they
If
said
I,
it's
September 20, they just set it up to start again.
You're in
First year.
a year away, yes.
Let her play.
So we do have time, but the legislative updates and everything, we have to be fair. We have to get everything in line.
I'm an advocate for anybody that has any kind of certificate pay. I've always been an advocate for that.
Then the sheriff's office said all their certificates, they get paid for. Law officer certificate?
Nope. It's what?
No, I have a master's, somebody hires in with a basic, it's the same.
Never did any
You got a basic, intermediate,
So they did.
advanced, and master's is how it goes.
Well, another thing, gentlemen, to consider is, since we have limited employees, how are we going to serve the public if I'm out on vacation? Let's just say our part-time person gets sick and the judge gets called out on an unattended. We have to close then, so the public is not getting their just services there. So, this is why you need to understand that we do a lot down there. People don't understand all that we do.
Yeah, we don't just take any tickets.
We're getting more occupational driver's license cases than before.
There's a lot of those.
That's a lot of paperwork.
We've been working with Mr. Parrish, their working deals up here, send them down there to me, so I get occupational license. You know what I'm talking about.
people just flat don't know what it is.
Thursday. I guess you'd say restrictions or prerequisites there to be followed.
Yes.
In all of the activities,
Yes.
whether it's not here.
Right. So, you know, this is what we're saying is, just understand, we're not just asking because we're greedy. We're asking because we think that it's a valued service that the public deserves.
If they're eligible for a JP
Right,
application,
exactly.
they have to make that application with prerequisites.
And
The
all-
only ones that aren't eligible is they've lost it due to DWI. If they've lost their license to, alcohol related, they're not eligible down here. They can file it up here. We can.
And there's a lot of times that we have multiple contacts with these people trying to make sure that they have the proper paperwork, that they have all of the things required. So that does take time out from whatever other duties we have.
We have the same circumstances.
Exactly.
The world we live in is not the same.
Sir,
The world we live in today is not the same.
It is.
Not even close.
No.
I mean, I had 2 14-year-old girls in there the other day. Got me my knees.
Which is additional paperwork.
Yeah, I have them on research. But I will say, the juveniles that's coming forward have not come back.
When you have a juvenile in there, do they go to the juvenile probation too, or just you? Just me? Okay.
See, I have the county, the city now files all their cases through me and stuff. 'Cause
Tell me that again?
all their complaints,
What?
all their complaints, their felony complaints, they file through me.
To either file or to get warrants.
Well, applications for warrants,
All the felony ones.
yeah, those warrants come through one of the JP to the other.
Don't.
I come see you quite often.
Some of them wear me out. That's,
So the city's following their warrants that you have, and not there's a judge, it's just municipal?
the felony stuff, we follow, like, that it's a lot easier. Like you said, I'm always there. I work full-time at this job. I'm here every day. I may wander around a business, but I'm always available in this office. I don't come in 2 or 3 hours and go home, and thanks all the
He's there.
I know.
Do what?
Come back.
The
City expenses being transferred to the county.
I don't understand why they don't follow them over there. They just said that it's easier to get in with me, but I'm always.
They'll do it for them. Maybe they should start paying about 20%. Pay for another clerk.
That's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll have a meeting scheduled for the 15th. I don't think there's anything changed that I know of as far as our estimated value. I do believe those numbers will change some, but I don't know that they'll change a lot. It appears that we're going to be down several $1 million in value. Unless something. Several million. The estimate was almost 50 million.
I figured at 50, we're down to 378,000 just in county tax collection. And what we've already been asked for and increases by departmentally is another almost $500,000 shortfall. Yet the increases plus the lack of taxable property.
We'll have an estimated revenue sometime this month, before the month's out.
Needs to be it.
We'll see what estimated tax rate that it would take to fund whatever budget is.
And something the public, I think, needs to understand is that the budget that we passed, the total number, is accumulation of all these departments and their requests for operating their department. I know once they make this presentation and we approve whatever numbers they give us, that the monkey's on our back for that total number and what that tax rate is. That tax rate is composed of several different numbers, departments of government.
Well, it would be an idea if they could set their own tax rate.
Wouldn't it be good? We kind of sort of do, but who breaks it out that way?
No, they don't.
Did the jail and
But it can be figured, how much the tax rate does the,
I don't think they want to either.
they don't want to
expensive, man.
pass that monkey over to us.
We can just get rid of the jail and juvenile probation, we'll be all right.
Sure. But people don't get rid of it, they just think it costs too much. But they don't get to sit here and look at what it costs either.
Any other matter that we need to discuss with regard to the budget?
You want to go over the budget?
It's up to y'all.
You got revenue?
I'm
It'd be
here
nice to
on.
have Ann.
No, Ann is out until next week, so I'm hoping maybe next Monday we can go over revenues and what she has.
What do we have we can look at?
Go
Sir?
Let's go from non-departmental stuff like that.
We can go through some of those if
Get
you.
through that.
Is he good?
We've got 3 more times we meet before we have figured tax rate.
I figure next Monday we're gonna get down to Dairy.
But I'm saying, we're slipping up on the quick.
We've got a-
Yeah, we're wasting time.
Yes.
Is that what you're trying to say?
We got 3 more times we meet before we have figured tax rate.
We should have 4.
At the end of that fourth one, we gotta figure it out.
Well, I'll be,
We figured the tax rate on August the 6th.
I should have a
What I had.
budget officer proposed budget about the 20, somewhere in the late part of the month.
Is it, do you have to have it filed by the end of July, is that correct?
Yeah, I
The
think so.
proposed
I
budget?
think so.
And the tax roll certified next week?
The 25th of July.
25th of July.
That's right.
Certified,
Pretty close, isn't it?
the certified value is supposed to be delivered by the 25th.
If y'all want to do that, if you want to take a short break, I'll go run a statement of expense.
good.
And then if there's a line, there's a question, but I can tell you what the current is.
Sounds like the thing we ought to be doing.
Okay?
Okay. Recess 15, 20 minutes.
The Rangers
You thought you had legal
We'll get my calculator and I'll run that report. People listen to that chair.
So that's where you're at.
You can have a report, you can have a report, I sent
You'll
you.
have something out today or tomorrow.
Pretty detailed, if I go in there and specify every one of those is county, and Woodford.
If we don't have it, then what is, you know what I mean?
Why complicate this here?
Yeah.
Are y'all just gonna be discussing the budget, what's on?
Yep, we'll be talking about what's it gonna cost the folks in Kansas County to live here, and operate their government.
Y'all think there should be a policy in place to have all county officials do a law